Hey everybody, welcome back to Mimi's Next Bag. This week I've got a couple spring decor projects I want to share with you. This one being the easiest and the one that requires the least amount of supplies. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to decoupage some plastic eggs with some napkins. And so these are the supplies you need. You need some Mod Podge or some kind of white glue. You can probably dilute some. A paintbrush, a bag of eggs that this is the smaller of the eggs because my apothecary jars are a little smaller, but use eggs of your choice. And these are the Dollar Tree napkins. If you've ever been over to the Party Supply, they've got some of the prettiest printed napkins that are perfect for decoupage. These really look like something that come from Tuesday Morning, because Tuesday Morning has beautiful napkins too. But these are just as pretty for $1. And these are 2-ply, so I will need to pull the backing off of this. Very simple to do. They separate real easy. So what I'm going to do is get my napkin separated, and I'm going to cut these in probably about 4 by 4 inch squares. Okay, I want to show you that I got my squares cut, and I got exactly 12 4 by 4 squares out of one napkin. Now I went and got a regular egg. I just happened to have some regular eggs. I want to show you that the 4 by 4 square, if you have regular size eggs, is just barely too small. And so if you use regular eggs, you'll probably only get 9 squares out of one napkin. So just keep that in mind if you have somebody that you want to split with. But you'll need only 2 napkins to do 24 eggs of the small one, and you'll need 3 or 4 napkins if you are doing the regular size eggs. So it's just barely enough, but I just want to give you that comparison. So and the 4 by 4 is a lot easier because you just cut strictly on the folds, and then you cut the length of the napkin in half because the napkins are actually 8 by 4. So it works out great if you do the smaller eggs. Makes it even easier. Okay, so what we're going to do is just take your Mod Podge, dip you some in there, and just get it started. And also, I didn't even glue or tape my eggs shut. They seem to stay connected pretty well. And once this dries, it'll definitely keep it shut. But if not, just put a spot of glue or just use a piece of Scotch tape. But what I do is I just kind of do the whole top, just enough to get it a little wet with the glue, and just get myself started. And then I just flip it over, kind of hold it like a taco. Okay. And just finish doing the rest of the egg. Just get it wet enough. Now I kind of gather it up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some scissors and kind of cut off some of this extra, because I really don't want it overlapping much. So I am kind of cutting as I go the overlap. And you'll get better with this as you get to the eggs. And kind of hold it with your fingernails if possible, or the tips of your fingers, because this dries really quick, and your fingers kind of want to stick to the napkin. That way, just kind of cut away the excess as you go, and just use the glue to kind of smooth out the napkin. Once you kind of got it where you want it, since my craft mat is kind of got a vinyl finish to it, I'm not going to put down wax paper. But if you're working on a wood table or something, I would lay down a sheet of wax paper and let your eggs just dry. But I'm just going to put them right here. And that's basically it. I'll go over it one more time. Just kind of wet it. And and each of your eggs will have kind of a different tone, since you are doing it over different colors. They'll take on kind of a different look to each one. Even though it's the same napkin, they have a little different look to each one. Like I said, I'm trying to cut off some of the excess just so there's not so much overlap. But you could see within an hour you could do a couple dozen eggs. trickiest part is really the end of the eggs. You want it to look as natural as possible without it being a bunch of paper bunched up at the ends. But yeah, when you get through covering the egg, just kind of use your paintbrush and kind of smooth out that napkin a little bit. You want it to definitely take on the egg shape. Okay, I'm going to do all the eggs and then I will get back with you. I'm going to let them dry. I'm going to do all the rest of the eggs and then I'm going to put them in my little apothecary jar and show you what they look like. Okay, just wanted to give you a little shot of my eggs in the drying process. After probably about my 7th or 8th egg, I kind of got in my groove and knew exactly where to place my tissue and exactly to get it smoothed over on the ends of the egg. Some eggs were a little more stubborn than others, and others just seemed the napkins just fell right into place. But I'm rotating them about every 10 minutes or so. And also I found that I've wet my fingers and hold the egg and kind of squeeze it. And just keep smoothing out that paper. It wants to reconstitute the glue just a little bit, but it allows me to get that paper conformed to that egg as good as possible, because I really don't want a bunch of, I mean, it's going to have a little wrinkledy look, but it also helps it just to adhere to the egg and take on the egg shape as good as possible. So just want to let you know that I am having to wet my fingers a little bit, because if I just didn't do anything, I would see a little more wrinkledy look than I do, and a little more folded tissue. And I really, let's see, I'm trying to find my egg that's the driest. I'm not sure. I think this one's it. And so you can really tell from my very first egg that I did that it is starting to really harden up. And it does have a little wrinkledy look, but that's okay. That's, you know, that's the look it's going to take on. But it is really here to the egg, and it doesn't have a bunch of just a big clunk of folded paper at the end. So I like that look, and that's what the rest of them will look like. So it's probably going to take a couple hours for them to dry, and I'm going to come back about every 15 minutes and kind of squeeze on them a little bit. So just want to give you that shot. So after they dry, I'm going to put them in my little apothecary jars and show you what the finished product looks like. Okay, my eggs are finished, and I have them displayed up at the top landing of my staircase. I have them sitting on an antique school desk. This school desk was from Northwest Arkansas. I'm from a long line of educators, and my parents pulled this out of a one-room schoolhouse just outside of Harrison, Arkansas many years ago, and so it's a really special piece for me. I put my little navy blue runner underneath. I have those rabbits that I keep displayed all year long because I just love rabbits, and so I thought they'd be cute up here. And those are my eggs in my apothecary jars. I think they turned out really cute. They certainly don't look like the plastic Dollar Tree eggs anymore. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. I like the look of that. And so let me know if you try it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.